Hi, my name is Dr. Josh Wakeman, and my background is as a sports chiropractor, and I'm here to just give you a little bit of lowdown on some of my favorite things when it comes to the product line of HB Naturals, because someone probably shared this link with you in order to give you a little bit of a background on how these products work and what it's doing for them. So the way that I can do that is really just kind of share my story with you a little bit and how they've helped me. So the bottom line, if you can picture all the way back in 2013, just outside of San Diego on I-15. I'm doing about 80 probably in the fast lane on I-15, and all of a sudden I have a seizure while I'm driving, and I jerk the wheel, take basically a right-hand turn, cross a couple lanes of traffic, thankfully didn't run into anyone else, and run head-on into the sidewall. Now, if you look at the car, you can see it's completely smashed up. The engine block came right up through the front of the car, and it basically smashed my right side. So it actually broke 5 of my ribs on my right-hand side, a couple bones in my wrist, probably from it being jammed up against the steering wheel. And then it also broke my right femur. But thankfully, I lived through that accident. I'm able to tell this story. But the other thing about it is I was pretty busted up. So my ribs healed up pretty well, all fine. My wrist, no problem. Got a screw or two in there, but not a big deal. But my femur, I mean, literally, femur's pretty big bone, right? So when that completely snapped and basically looked like this in my leg, they had to put a rod right through the center of that bone. And I knew that if it wasn't exactly right, say that it was just a little bit off, then something was going to be off either at my hip or also where it met at my knee. So over the course of a little bit of time, what I ended up noticing was I just kind of had some chronic inflammation in that knee joint. It just wasn't quite right, and it never will be exactly right. You know, us weekend warrior types that like to stay active, we know our bodies pretty well, and we know when something's just not quite right, and that's something that I can't fix, so I just have to deal with it. But what I do know from my sports chiropractic background is if you have a joint that's not functioning properly, you're going to get that inflammation that sets in, and when that becomes chronic, it's not only that area that it deals with, but it leads to all sorts of other issues. So let's talk about actually just blood supply in your heart here for a second, what chronic inflammation does there. If you end up having chronic inflammation in your body and you've got your blood vessel about this size, as that ends up being inflamed, the opening gets narrower and narrower. Your heart's got to push the same amount of blood, but through a narrower opening. So that's dealing with blood pressure issues. And also, you're going to end up just having these chronic aches and pains throughout the body. And that can be from the stress that we have, or maybe basically the sleep that we're not getting. Like I said, the stress may be from work, the foods that we're eating, a lot of processed stuff, all can lead to these chronic inflammatory conditions. So when I was introduced to HBN or HB Naturals, I was very thankful because instead of taking ibuprofen or any type of other medication, I was able to take an all-natural approach at getting rid of that inflammation. So I love taking just a natural approach at helping the body heal from the inside out. So again, I was very thankful when I ended up running into this company. I had a friend actually introduce it to me because this is my favorite product and kind of the flagship product of the company. It's called the Healing Trilogy. And what that is, it's actually mind, body, and soul. And now these 3 products, what they are basically a bunch of herbs, roots, and other all-natural ingredients that are just powdered, put together. I like to take a scoop of each one and just drop them into about 4 ounces of water, and I just slam them every morning. And what that does is it keeps the inflammation out of my body, helps get rid of some of that soreness. I notice that I don't have that soreness in my knee. I like to stay really active, so I'm very thankful that I'm able to do that. And that's the approach that I like to take on that, and I love, love, love that product. It's done a lot of good things for me. And if you're seeing this from someone that shared this link, I'm sure that it's doing a good job for them too. Tons of testimonials on that product specifically. There is another approach that we have into getting rid of some of that chronic inflammation though, and that's actually with CBD oil. So this is the 1,000 milligram CBD, the mint flavor. I work with a bunch of people over in Australia, actually, that are a bunch of BMX guys, and actually they're all over the world at this point. These BMX guys that are taking the CBD oil because, you know, they're crashing a lot. They feel pretty beat up. A lot of weekend warrior types that rode when they were younger but just don't want to ever quit riding, so they're a little bit sore. They find that the CBD oil does a fantastic job of getting rid of some of those chronic aches and pains for them too. Highly, highly tout the CBD oil as well. I take some of that for myself too. Also very much enjoy that. My preferable flavor is the mint. They've got natural, they've got spice, which is kind of like a clove cinnamon type of a taste, but I actually really like the mint flavor of that as well. So those 2 products are fantastic. Those are more the heal from the inside out, really get the chronic inflammation out of your body type of scenario. We do have another product that is also very highly respected on this list of top products, and that's this pain lotion. So instead of healing from the inside out, getting rid of that inflammation throughout the whole body, this is something that just works on a very specific spot. So it's a topical, you rub it on. It's got some different essential oils in there that really help with that, help basically make you feel good, loosen the muscles up. So if it's something musculoskeletal rather than a joint injury, I definitely recommend the pain cream. Something that if you just have kind of chronic aches and pains through whether it be neck, low back, any types of things, like I take it for my knee, things like that, then you're going to want something that actually gets into your body, like that Healing Trilogy, or also like the CBD oil. So those things are all fantastic. And I have to throw out a couple honorable mentions here on my top products list. Actually, if you have a gift that you need to give someone, you're looking for something unique, we actually make these all natural soaps, which are really cool. There's 8 different kinds. Actually, I think there's 12 now. They upped the types of ones that they're making. This is the clove and oat bar, fantastic. And this is a patchouli bar, also amazing. I know they have a lavender version. They have a charcoal version. We have some that I use basically on the regular. I always have one of those in the shower. But the other one that people really, really like is actually this smart coffee. So tons of coffee drinkers out there. This one right here, Smart Coffee, has got some stuff in there that's really good for your brain. Got a lot of really solid ingredients that help basically making coffee not just enjoyable and great tasting, and this stuff's pretty instant as well. Blends really well with water really easily, tastes fantastic, but also does some solid stuff inside your brain as well, helping it function better from a really basically interconnective base, helping everything move, kind of maybe clean the cobwebs out of there a little bit. So if you could use any of that, like I know we kind of all can at times, love that coffee. So again, those are my top products. Whoever shared this link with you and wanted to share some of these products with you, get back to them. If I'm the one that shared this link with you, you can actually check out this products at www.healthybodyandbankaccount.com. Again, that's www.healthybodyandbankaccount.com. Just go ahead and drop your info in there, and you'll be able to get these at wholesale prices. When you log in, you're going to be able to see all these different products and scroll through there, because actually we have over 80 different products, including some essential oils, everything that covers a lot of that natural gamut. If you're looking for anything that's really good for yourself, all organic, all vegan, healed from the inside out, natural approach. So again, this is Dr. Josh signing off. Hope you check out those products. They can do a good job for you, as I know they've done a lot of good stuff for many, many people throughout the world. We're in tons of different countries too, so I know we can handle your order as well. Hope that helps. Take care.